Hello everyone, it's me. Just thought I'd give you a little announcement while I'm grinding for Siege in Dragon Quest III. Because that can get pretty boring. So if I can do anything while I'm doing that, then so be it. Some stuff has happened. I've been watching a bunch of different Dragon's Den stuff. Like, I've been watching the Let's Play by Sangin, I can't remember. It's one of those two. I always get the two names confused. I think it's Saigen, because I think Sangen's from Yu-Gi-Oh! Oops. Oh well. I've been watching his Let's Play. It's really good. I mean, it's really good. You guys need to check it out if you are not already. Though, why am I telling you this? I'm sure if anyone on there is even gonna watch, they'll probably be doing it already. I've also been working a bunch of different things with my RPG, and a couple of people are actually going to help me out. They're going to give me tile sets that resemble more Dragon Quest tiles and whatnot, like the forest and the castles and the people. So that's very nice. I really gonna enjoy that. The problem, however, is that there are two different people willing to help me, and both their tile sets are completely different. One is from the GPC games, and another one is from the Super Famicom versions. Given the choice, I would probably sooner side with the Super Famicom version, just because, well, they just look a little bit better. Though, I'm not going to get the sprite of the princess I was hoping for, since one of my most favorite princess sprites from Dragon Quest is the princess from Dragon Warrior 2. The Princess of Moonbrook, I believe she's called. I don't think she has an official name. At least, not a real official one that they've given her. The only name they've given her in Fortune Street is a very gimmicky name. But her NES sprite was great, in my opinion. It really, compared to the only princess sprite we had seen so far, which was the one in Dragon Warrior 1, that one looked a lot better. In later games, they kept changing up the different princess sprite for each different game, but I think that's the one that I like the most. I've never played Dragon Warrior 3 for the NES, so I can't speak on that one, but the one in 4... Okay, I know why it looked like that, you don't need to tell me, but I just didn't prefer it. I know the princess in that one was kind of a warrior monk type princess, so it made sense, but I just didn't like it. Dragon Quest V was better about it, and if I would pick anyone sprite from Dragon Quest V to be the princess, it would be Flora. Yes, Flora. I know technically what she's wearing isn't a princess outfit, but she looks so cute in that game, and so adorable. Like, I would love to get my hands on that sprite if it's available. I'm going to have to get together with, crap, I can't remember. Whoever was going to make this Super Famicom tile set, I want to see if she's available. Because that would be great. Aside from that, people also liked my idea of making different tiers for the different monsters. Like the Anteater, Ant Bear. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. There was another one I was going to use too, but I can't remember. I'm also going to get inspiration from this, from the different Dragon Quest games that I've played. Because let's face it, this kind of stuff happened a lot in the Dragon Quest games. Like the creature you're seeing right now, the Bluebeak. There have been so many different types of him that I fought in this game alone that it's just ridiculous. So I would have plenty of names to use for this. I don't know how far I'm going to go with this though, because I don't want to make it look like I'm actually trying to promote recolors. Because that's was some of the things I hated most about the Joker Dragon Quest monster games. Oh man, that sucked. Let's see. Ooh, another life node. Let's see. Trying to think. What else? I really need to write this stuff down. I always forget when I actually want to record what I need to say. I have that. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to talk about. The recolors. If you don't know anything else about me, remember this. I suck at edits. I really, really suck at edits. So, when it comes to recoloring the different monster sprites, I'm either not going to do it at all, and just give them the different names, which would sound lazy, but this is me we're talking about here. Or I would have to have expertise from someone who does know how to do it, and hire them to do it. I doubt that'll happen though, because I don't think I know anyone in the den that is really skilled enough to do this many edits. Because I would essentially need them for like just about every monster in the game. Not all at the same time, mind you, but it would eventually have to happen, and that's a lot of work. So I don't think I'm going to do that. When it comes to certain creatures like the red slime or the metal slime, that's easy enough. But the problem comes with some of the other monsters like the Bluebeak or stuff like that. I am not good enough at coloring to do that kind of work. So it's probably not going to happen. Unless I'm really lucky or something. But I will explain that to people so that that's the case. In other news, what else have I done? I've already explained that the library is going to be all advanced and stuff. I'm also gonna... The storyline to my game is going to be very... I shouldn't say very dark, but it's going to be very serious. And when I say serious, I mean... Drama is going to be happening a lot in this game. I get a lot of the inspiration from my stuff. Wait. Oh, nuts. Gotta tidy my bag up so they can steal some more. That's something you need to keep in mind with this game. If a person's item bag is full, not the bag itself, but the items that they carry around, then you can't steal with that member. So be sure to tidy out the bag every now and then. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the storyline to my game. It's going to be very serious, and there's going to be a lot of drama that happens. This is actually something that I have been wanting to do for a while, or that I've wanted to happen for a while. And when I played Dragon Warrior 7, I almost thought that was going to happen. The storyline to Dragon Warrior 7 was very serious. It wasn't so much dark, but there were a lot of serious moments in it. There were a lot of sad moments. Bad stuff happened. And that was kind of cool, actually. I mean, I don't like bad things to happen to people, but this storyline was very well written. I love 7's story. Like, so many of the different areas you went to, they all had their ups and downs, and you know, you could tell that they spent a lot of time with that. That was really good. Wow, Leon actually leveled up, really? Wow. You have no idea how long I've had to wait for that. Let's see. I want my storyline to reflect that game as much as possible. Although, if there's anything wrong with 7, it's just that the overall looming threat never felt very threatening. I mean, you saw bad things happen to people, sure, but a lot of it was due to circumstance. A lot of the bad stuff that was happening didn't seem to happen because of this looming threat that was trying to destroy all humankind. If anything, it was just like normal everyday stuff. Like the monsters. Sometimes the monsters were the cause of it, but sometimes they didn't have anything to do with it at all. Like when you go to the Falrod region in the present, and you see the robot trying to care for his dead master and not realizing it. That was very sad, but it wasn't because monsters were causing it. If anything, it was the humans that were the result of that. And I can't say I hated this part of the game, but I would have really liked if maybe the results of this were due to the villain. Because in the past Dragon Warrior games, that's what was the cause of it. You know, the Archfiends were causing all the destruction and mayhem in the world. And all this bad stuff that was happening was because of that. I mean, I might be alone when I say this, but I think that's maybe one reason why I think the storyline to 7 gets kind of ignored a lot. Not because they hate it, but because the dialogue itself and the events that happen arguably is self-imposed, not something that's happened because of an outside threat. And that doesn't feel very Dragon Quest-y. That feels kind of standard anime-ish type of thing. Nothing wrong with that, mind you, but this was quite different for Dragon Quest to do, and I'm sure people noticed that. I need to talk about this more with people to find out if that's really the cause. Because from what I've heard, people complain either about the dialogue, the class grinding, or just because of the overall length of the game. Now, in terms of the dialogue, I don't really know what they mean when they say they dislike the dialogue, though. Because that can mean a lot. Do they mean the dialogue itself? Are they complaining about how much is there? Are they complaining that the dialects are bad? Although I don't think this was a problem until the remakes, but you get my drift. Anyways, my story's going to reflect 7 quite a lot. Let's see. Trying to think. Stupid level ups. There's that, and a bunch of the characters from the old Dragon Warrior monsters will be returning. Let's see. I know Kameha's going to be returning for Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. Malayu and Terry will be returning as well. Wadabu and Warabu will also show up. I don't know about any other returning characters, though. This does take place about 50 years. No, not 50. It won't be that bad. It's gonna be far enough in the future where Terry and Malayu are pretty grown up. I'm gonna have it in the story that the King and Queen of Great Tree ended up getting back together quite romantically in fact, and ended up having a kid shortly after the events of the first Rick and Morty Monsters game. I don't know if Kobe and Tara will return, probably. I'm probably going to have Malayu play kind of a wounded warrior type of thing. Not wounded physically, but wounded mentally, because I don't know if this is going to be explained in the remake of Dragon Warrior Monsters 1, Terry's Wonderland, but I always pictured the kidnapping of Malayu in that to her being kind of treated like a slave, kind of, where she wasn't like whipped or anything, but the King of Great Lug would essentially said that if she didn't train and win the Starry Night for him, she would be there forever, separated from her little brother. And I kind of imagined in my head, like, the way she was treated in Great Log, like she was an outsider, and I can imagine if Kameha was around during this time period. I don't remember Kameha's age during the second Dragon Warrior Monsters game, but in my head, I imagined him being like a little squirt, like maybe 3 or 4, and he would constantly be throwing his weight around, being the prince and all. Because if you remember in the second Dragon Warrior Monsters game, Kameha, throughout his life, has gotten everything he wanted. And he always got his own way. So I imagine this would be the case a lot with Malayu, where if he was around at this time, he would probably be making life hell for her. Because he was the prince and she was just a commoner. And an outsider at that, so there is that to consider as well. I don't know if this was really the case. Maybe she was treated as good as Terry was. But considering how the King of Greylock acted in the first Dragon Warrior Monsters game, like very, very cocky and whatnot, and very sadistic in a sense, I doubt this was the case. Since the King of Greytree was a bit nicer than the King of Greylog was, though this may have just been because of the main hero Terry's point of view. Maybe he wasn't acting all mean and stuff, it was just the way you were seeing him, or viewing him. Because this is something that always confused me. I'm assuming that the King of Greylog is the same in both those games, but the two kings act almost completely different. Maybe the loss in the first Dragon Warrior Monsters game gave him less of a swelled head or something. I don't know, but I always found that to be weird. Warabu also underwent a change. In the first Dragon Warrior Monsters game, he seemed very evil and sadistic, whereas in the second one, he was more of a playful individual. So unless they're really trying to tell me that was a different Greylog and that was a different Warabu, then it doesn't make sense. Since we have discovered that there can be different Warabus and different Greytrees, so maybe this is possible? I'm not sure. But I've rambled on enough enough for one video, so I'm just gonna stop it now. See you guys later.